Is your smartphone a magnet for fingerprints? Well, today I'm going to show you how to install an oleophobic coating so you won't have that problem anymore. Stay tuned. Do you remember when your phone was brand new, when you first pulled it out of the box and your hand would just slide across the glass and it wouldn't collect fingerprints? And now you just touch it and it's just covered with fingerprints. The reason why is because from the factory, the manufacturer installs a light oleophobic coating. This is a water and oil resistant coating that allows phones to be fingerprint proof. However, this coating actually wears off over time. In fact, sometimes it can just be a couple of months after you buy the phone and the coating is just gone. This is an old Note 4. This is actually my last phone, and this one has absolutely no coating whatsoever on it. The fingerprints are just horrible on this thing. If you can see them here on the camera, it collects fingerprints like crazy. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to install an oleophobic coating on this thing, and I found this on Amazon. It was about 15 bucks, and it's actually an oleophobic wipe. It's essentially like a baby wipe that you just wipe over the screen, and it's supposed to give you that thin layer of oleophobic coating that you had when it was new. So let's tear this thing open and let's see what it comes with. Okay, inside this package, we got a little pull tab here. We'll just go ahead and tear this thing open. Apparently, it's not as easy to open as it looks. Apparently, the pull tag doesn't work at all. Wow. There we go. Apparently the pull tag is just for looks. It doesn't actually pull. So, so what we'll do is just move all this garbage out of the way. Let's dump this out. All right, so we have the instructions, we have a cleaning wipe, and we have the coating wipe itself, and it comes with a really cheap microfiber cloth. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to follow the directions really close here so we apply this correctly, and we're going to see how it comes out. So the first step that they want you to do is to clean the screen really well. You don't want to have any smudges or fingerprints on this thing that you're going to coat over. I'm afraid that if you did that, you may end up having a fingerprint that's permanent on the screen with the coating over the top of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open up the cleaning wipe, and we're going to clean the screen really well to get all of the old smudges and residue off of the screen. So to do that, we just tear this package open here. And I'm assuming this wipe here is just nothing but window cleaner, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and clean this really well. All right, after you clean it, it wants you to let the surface dry. So we're gonna go ahead and let it sit for a little bit and let the surface dry off. All right, now that the surface is dry, it wants you to take the microfiber cloth and to buff the screen really clean. Now that it's dry, I can actually still see smudges on this thing, so maybe I just didn't do a great job of cleaning it. However, the microfiber cloth should be able to take care of those problems. So we're gonna go do that right now. So let's go ahead and take the microfiber cloth, and we're gonna buff across the screen and try to get this thing as clean as possible. And you want to be careful not to allow your hand to slip off the microfiber cloth, because if you get another smudge on the screen, you want to make sure to take that off before you apply the coating, for obvious reasons. All right, that looks pretty good. Now we're going to go ahead and apply the coating itself. And to do that, we're just going to tear open this little wipe right here, and it says to apply it in a circular motion and to make sure the entire surface is coated. That makes sense. So let's tear this thing open. Now this wipe is supposed to work on up to 6 devices. So I would recommend keeping its package around so you can put it back in there, maybe put it in a little Ziploc bag or something. So we're gonna take the wipe and we're gonna apply it in a circular motion across the screen and coat the entire screen. And it didn't say how many times to go across it, so I'm going to go across it a couple of times here. I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not, but we will find out. All right, and there we go. And now we're supposed to let this thing sit for up to 30 minutes to allow it to dry. Now, it says that the longer you let it sit, the better. So if you can let it sit overnight, that'll be even better. But I'm going to go ahead and let this thing sit for a half hour, and we're going to see how it came out. I'll be back then.
Many minutes later.
Okay, so it's been a half hour and we've got the coating applied. It should be set now. And what the instructions tell us to do is it wants us to take the microfiber cloth and actually buff the surface again, just to get any residue off that may have been left from the application. So we're gonna do that right now. So we're gonna go ahead and run the microfiber cloth over the screen. The screen already feels way better than it did before. All right, that looks pretty good. So now the moment of truth is, wow, this actually works a lot better than it did before. Before, it was collecting fingerprints really easy. And now it has that feeling again like it did when it was new. It's not as good as a new phone, but it definitely does have that feeling on it, that feeling that you would get from a new phone. And if you look at the screen right here, just from me touching it right there, you can still see a couple of fingerprints or little smudges that were created, but nothing like it had before. Before you'd touch it and it was just a giant smudge would show up on the screen. And now, as you can see, it actually looks a lot better. So I would say this is a success. I say this works pretty good. However, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna apply this to my own personal phone. This is my old phone here, so this isn't really gonna get a lot of use, but I'm gonna apply this to my personal phone tonight and let it sit all night and dry and see how it comes out. And I'll be back later to let you know how that worked out.
1 week later.
So, it's been a week since I applied this oleophobic coating to my own phone. I applied it the same night that I filmed the original video. And honestly, I don't want to say I'm disappointed, but it didn't come out like I thought it would. It definitely still picks up fingerprints, nowhere near as bad as it did before, but it still definitely picks them up. Now, I'm using a tempered glass screen protector on my phone, so I don't know if that'll affect it or not, but you know, it should work the same as a regular screen, so it shouldn't have an effect on whether or not you're using a screen protector or not. A plastic screen protector, it'll definitely make a difference, but a tempered glass one should be okay. It doesn't affect the fingerprint sensor at all. The phone operates exactly how it did before, and it still has that smooth new phone feel to it, so it definitely gave it that back. However, as you can see, just from me touching the phone during this little segment right here, you can kind of see the fingerprints that have actually already collected. Hopefully these will come out good on the camera. It's not perfect. However, the fingerprints are a lot easier to clean off. I mean, simply wiping it on my shirt and they come right off. So that definitely is a plus. So for 15 bucks, you can get that new phone feel back. And honestly, I think it's definitely worth it. It's worth the $15. If you guys would like me to try other methods to apply the oleophobic coating, then please leave a comment below and let me know. If this video is interesting to you, then please hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And hit that bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. I post a new video every week. And hey, before you go, check out a couple of these videos. Have a great day.